there, welcome back to another Donger deck discussion with your host here, Sith Holocron. So I hope you're all doing well. The link to the deck I'm about to show you in this Donger deck discussion will be in the pinned comments, along with all our links to our Discord and all our social medias. And you're more than welcome to come and join us. We're doing very well. We're getting bigger and expanding every single day. So come and join us. We're a good bunch of people, and we have leagues and cups once a month for like $50. So come in and join the fun at the Dongers of Runeterra. Okay, so I'm missing playing Darius. I'm missing playing Darius a lot. It got me, the Darrowing deck got me to the finals of the very first Donger League competition. Really good deck, super aggro, really good fun. But I'm also missing playing Karma because Karma and Ez was one of my favorite decks after Darrowing. I thought it was really good. And I think these two could be actually quite good together. So let's get straight into the deck and show you what I'm talking about. So here it is, Darius Karma. And let's see what we've got. So I've pretty much went the same sort of route. Pretty much. But of the Darrowing deck. So let's see what we actually have in here. So we're going to go for an awful lot of outright horribleness. We're including Basilisk. We've only got 5 cards from Ionia. I will point them out when we get there. But 35 Noxus cards, it pretty much ensures that Basilisk, although not as strong, it wasn't being played. Then it was getting played everywhere. It was one of the best cards in the Darrowing deck. It's in this as a 3 of as well. But let's go from top to bottom. Legion Saboteur. When you attack, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. So this whole deck just wants to be doing stuff that makes your opponent feel uncomfortable right from the get-go. We have 2 1-drops. This is the first one. It's a 2-1. We'll probably die. But you're doing at least 1 to the nexus. So we are like a burn deck, really. We're really trying to just burn through opposition really quite quickly. And the second one is the Precious Pet, which I think is an amazing 1-drop. 2-1 and Fearsome. Nothing you can put out turn 1 can stop this from doing 2 damage. This is the one you want in your mulligan by miles. This is just a great, great card to have. It's a guaranteed, if you're attacking on odds, you are guaranteed to get your thing right the way through. So 3 Precious Pets as well as the 3 Legion Saboteurs. We're also going to go for Ravenous Flock. And the reason we're going for Ravenous Flock is because of Arachnoid Sentry. So Arachnoid Sentry on 3. If you can stun something, maybe you've got more expensive cards. If you play this and you have a Ravenous Flock, so you're going to stun an enemy, you've got a 3-2. It's not fearsome, it's not overwhelmed, it's not anything, it's just a decent unit for 3. But then deal 4 to a unit if it's damaged or stunned. Brilliant, in my opinion. This is kind of taken directly from the Swain decks. I really like it. We're running a lot of spiders in this, to be fair. But Ravenous Flock will just remove things off the board. So, for instance, you're up against a Yasuo deck. They put down Yasuo. Obviously, you'll know by clicking their deck or looking at the very start who you're up against. Hard mull for Arachnoid Sentry and hard mull for a Ravenous Flock. And when Mr. Yasuo arrives on the board, it is good night. Thank you very much for wasting your 4 mana, as your 4 mana has got you a 3-2 and a dead Yasuo. So that's pretty much fantastic. So that is why these guys are in the deck. It is killing, if you have a look over here, that's killing everything, including Lee Sin. If they put Lee Sin down with no mana behind him, stun him, and then flock him. And that's a great anti-Lee Sin early doors deck. Because they're now going to go, oh God, what happens if I put another one down and he can do the same thing again? And we can do that 3 times. So that kills Lee Sin 3 times, which is pretty awesome. Then we're on to House Spiders, a fantastic little 2-drop as we go into our 2-drops, of which we have 2. We're summon a Spiderling, so you get a 2-2 and a 1-1 and board presence, which is excellent for defense and excellent on offense, which is pretty much what you want to be doing. If you have more units, you're doing more damage to the opponent's Nexus, which is always lovely. Speaking of damage to the Nexus, here is a Last Breath unit, the Legion Grenadier. I do love his gloves. They are just brilliant. Spiky, horrible things. 3-2, and when he dies, it's 1 to the enemy Nexus. So you can see where we're going from here. Lots of little chip damage. Chip away absolutely everything. Ruin everybody's afternoon. And yeah, you've got a really good early board presence between Saboteur, Pet, Spiders, and Grenadier. So you've always got something. What you really want is a 1, 2, and a, say, 2 1s, a 2, and 1 of these is kind of good. So let's go through the rest of the deck then. So we've spoken about Arachnoid Sentry being phenomenally good with Flock, but still very, very good if you don't have him. I mean, he's still just a damn good, oh, you're so dead, you long-haired hippie. We're also running 2 Culling Strikes. Now, I like Culling Strike. Kill a unit with 3 or less power. So dead, 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 dead. Yeah, why aren't we running 3? Well, we were. And then I thought of something hideous. It's a little toolbox thing. And we'll get to that card in a wee minute, because we're only running 1 of them. So we were running 3. There is absolutely no doubt that running 3 is a good thing. By all means, run the 3. That seems really fantastic to me. I may even go back to that if my little toolbox trick doesn't work. We're also running Death's Hand. This is a 3 of, where you deal 2 to an enemy and 1 to the enemy Nexus. Again, I want my spells to be doing things that can affect Nexus and units. So sometimes it's death, sometimes it's via attacking, sometimes it's just casting spells. So to be able to take a 2 off, really good against elusives, really good against lower things like Lucian or his lovely girlfriend, as they are a 3-2 and a 4-2. So those are quite good because they, I mean, essentially this is a Mystic Shot and a Parlay all rolled up into 1, but at fast speed. So that's why we're running 3 of these. Again, this taken from Swaying Decks, Noxian Fervor, deal 3 to an ally to deal 3 to anything. So for instance, if you have got a Legion Grenadier out, you can do 3 to it, triggering the 1 damage on his last breath, and you can fire 4 damage into anything. I suggest you hit it into the Noxus. This is what we're trying to do. We are a burn deck. We want your health on your Noxus to be absolutely just dead. Your Nexus is just not there. It's just not. And this is what this color does, is just bash into your opponents. And Noxian Fervor, when we've got enough of these little things that we can then trigger off something else, especially on defense, and this is where it's key. Try and use Noxian Fervor on defense primarily, as that will allow you to still be doing damage even in your opponent's turn. Now, if there's a massive unit coming down that's going to wreck you, and the Noxian Fervor will kill it, block with that unit, kill it with Noxian Fervor, or at least get an awful lot of damage out, so on the next turn, on your attack turn, you can kill it. It's also brilliant at the end of the game to just get that final 3 in, but I've never needed it. Never needed it once, because we have got far better finishes than using Noxian Fervor. So here we go. This is the original card that didn't really see play. It was a 4-3 in an Allegiance deck, so that the top card on your deck of cards that you would lift on the next turn, or the next time that you draw a card, you grant it 1-1. So it is still a 5-4 with Overwhelm. I have not yet not had it, because these cards are very, very good indeed. The Overwhelm is fantastic. You put this into a 2-1 or a 3-1, you're doing 4 damage. Yes, your thing will die, but you're doing 4 damage straight in. Just plows straight through like a train wreck. And of course, we are going to be running 3 of these, as they are far too good not to be running this amount of Basilisk Riders. we have been talking quite a lot about all Nexus. So Nexus, Nexus, Noxus, 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 Noxus. You know, you can see where we're going here, okay? This is one of the Ionia cards. So welcome to the Fae Guide, which you may have never played. Why is this a one-of? Well, I don't think it's that good a card. But. Remember this deck is Darius, and remember that this deck is Karma. If you get through all your early chip damage through the first 3 to 4 rounds, say you pull a Darius on turn 5, you can then drop down the Darius, and if you've got it under 10, he levels up to do 10 damage, and he can win the game. End of story. Now, imagine we're attacking on odds, just like I said at the start of this video. That means on round 7, we can drop down the Fae Guide, and on the play, the card reads, grant an ally elusive. Can you imagine an elusive 10-6 smashing your board to pieces? This is why we're only running 2 Culling Strike, because I think a 3/3 for 4 mana that grants an ally elusive can be busted with Darius. So, I have played this. I have only had it once. Of course, I won the game. There is no doubt about doing that at all. So let's get down to the actual people who we are. So here is Darius himself. Starts at a 6/5. Nexus goes to 10 or less health. Becomes a 10-6 Overwhelm instead of a 6/5 Overwhelm. That is a monumental power increase. That's the biggest power increase in the game. Everybody goes up 1/1. He goes up 4/1. And if you pull a second one, you get Decimate, which deals 4 to the enemy Nexus at slow speed. Let's go to Karma. I actually haven't needed her yet, bar one game. And when she comes down, with the amount of spells that we've got in here, it's only 12. But these are just awesome to put in with Karma. All of these are just ridiculous. I mean, it's just, that is horrible. That is horrible, because that will now do 6 to a unit, which will kill off Swain instantly if he hasn't leveled. It will kill off nearly every champion in the game, which is just fantastic. But can you imagine having this, which is my other one-of? Say you don't get the Fae Guide down to make Darius an elusive character. Well, I guarantee you that if you're running things out and you have a Darius on the board and then you Dawn and Dusk, well, oh my god, if you've got Karma or Darius or all these things coming out and doing umpteen things, life is just impossible for your opponent to withstand that amount of pressure. It's impossible, which is why we're running one of those. Now, are the one Fae Guide and is the one Dawn and Dusk enough? I think it actually is, because we're running my man. We're running Farron, who gives you 3 Decimates in hand and comes out with 888 stats in mana, power, and health. And then he gives you 3 of these to just end the game with. Now, can you imagine having Karma and this, and then becomes Enlightened? This deck's crazy good. Crazy good. There we go. I mean, like, he ain't going anywhere for a while. Darius doesn't go anywhere for a while. Karma's just doing magic things with Farron's Decimates, because she's doing 2 at a time for the same cost. So if you end up at 10 mana, then she's doing 8 damage just by herself, just by dropping that spell, which is why I thought, Farron, Dawn and Dusk, Darius, and Karma, it doesn't really matter what else you've got. This deck just ruins people's day. My name is Sith Holocron. This is a Karma Darius deck. This is an aggro WoW deck. Is it as good as the Harrowing? Is it? Is it as good as this one? Nearly. Nearly. The other one played a little stronger because we had the full Crimson package in the Darrowing deck, and this one doesn't. But this one is going to surprise a few people, especially if you do the Fey Guide Dawn and Dusk Farron combo. It's great. Links are all in the pinned comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, take it easy. Dongers out.